Yeah, we'll get it started. And now coming to the IT Talent Hub, yeah, we are the largest independent community in UK, and we are providing the training services, only for the training services. We are running more than 10 years of association, and as I told, we are in London, Ilford, and which is very near to the railway station. And we have the dedicated recruitment team, and under us we have the dedicated recruitment team. After the training, we are going to help you on identifying the job, and then helping you to prepare the unique CV. I'm coming about that particular part at the end. And we have the currently exceeds with the 1500 community people available in under our channel. And especially our more key focus is on the training, networking, and recruitment is our core focus. Yeah, and even if you are asking only we are doing training, no, we have the development and the deliverables, end-to-end deliverables is available. And our director is taking care of our company with the project development, and also deliverables also available. That is again a separate channel available on that particular space, vertical. Yeah, so these are all our key clients. So these are all the success stories in the last month. Yeah, so and especially why IT Talent Hub and what is the specialty with IT Talent Hub? Yes, as I told you, we are having the top quality trainers available. Like as I explained, I'm having 20 years of experience like that. Everyone in our organization in the IT Talent Hub, we are very senior and professionally experienced people where we are working with the UK clients and also taking the training.
Hello guys, thanks for joining. Do training. We also do some development activities and a lot of networking events throughout the UK. So what we thought is we actually thought we will be um, going further and design a course which is not only manual and automation testing, but it also have artificial intelligence. So now artificial intelligence is the next thing that not even next thing. This is the now we think that right now people are using across the board, and all these organizations are adapting AI. Thought AI testing is something which is one of the great demand for people in UK, which is coming already. So we already placed at least 10 people last month on AI testing because the people having AI testing skills are very high demand than even AI engineers, because almost every company are implementing AI. That's you people know, but nobody is there to actually test it, because before it come into your plate, this AI should be tested, including data quality, performance, and biasness, and even the model that they develop should be tested with the accuracy. So testing of AI is really becoming very big on demand, and that's the reason why we thought we will adapt our curriculum so that we can, because I personally working on AI testing, Anna is working on AI testing, so we know that there is a lot of potential, and we thought we'll share our knowledge and help, and that way we already help a lot of people already, and there's a good success, and we thought we will elaborate our curriculum for the further people. That's the reason why you people in the demo are very kind of good time that we are actually starting this course in next week, and I think if you will be able to start this course very soon, provided you also feel there's a value in this training. Okay, so there is a new development happening behind the screens to make the chat GPT better. So they are not only ChatGPT is one kind of AI tool, but there are multiple AI tools that we see. So most of the tools that you see nowadays is generative AI, but there are other AIs like computer vision, agentic AI, and we have machine learning models. We got large language models. So there are different versions of different types of AI. And every AI that you are seeing now is not same tomorrow, because there is a development happening. So whenever there is a development happening, there'll be some testing happening as well. Because even ChatGPT will not go, because if you can see in the live, you can see your right now you can see here access to research preview of ChatGPT operator. Means they are saying it's a soft launch, and they're saying that there'll be some bugs in research preview. Means they're doing some research, and you can see a preview, not the full-time ChatGPT 4.0, because they know that there is some bugs in 4.5. Okay, so AI is not different from any typical software development life cycle. AI is also a software development, and there is a errors happens, but it is not like the coding bugs that you see in a day-to-day life. Because when you see an application, you have normally you found a bug that is due to some code failure or requirement failure or some gaps. But in AI, what is testing? The testing is not coding, because there will be some coding, yes, but that is mostly using large language models. Okay, so example, see my screen, guys. I am using, let me open something for you. A small agentic AI, which I will show you. Okay, see here, I got a small development here, and this particular project right now is being tested by other people as well. So this particular model, if you see here, this model, this is nothing but developing a agentic AI model using something called LangChain, which connects multiple models. So right now you can see here, it is using a model called Llama. Llama is from, I think, Meta, which is Facebook. So we are not using ChatGPT, we are using something like Llama 2, and that is a LLM, which is nothing but large language model. So what I'm telling here, guys, even for AI, there is some coding, but that coding is not actually coding. It is only to integrate multiple tools, like you are integrating a front end to a large language model. That's exactly which is happening right now. Okay, see here, right now the app is awakening. Give me a second. But this is a software which is based on, this is similar to ChatGPT. Okay, so now what you will be actually doing, you will be testing these kind of softwares, like you are the person who will be testing ChatGPT 4.5 in your own company, because every company will have its their own GPT now. So what is AI testing? AI testing is when you test the new version of AI which is coming. That is what you will be actually testing it. So you'll be testing that the AI that is given to production, it can be chat GPT, it can be agentic AI, it can be image generation technique, or it can be anything. Even if you take any healthcare, the AI will actually diagnose your problem before you actually, it is too late. So AI is everywhere. So, but every software in AI is a software. It's not human. So when there is a no, I know AI and your large language models having a high quality, but that doesn't mean that they are no, they are there won't be any bugs. They still will be having bugs. What bugs you will have? You won't have a coding problem or validation problem, or you put a wrong username and password, it will allow you, or it is not allowing you special characters. That is very old, maybe 10, 20 years back. But what kind of bugs that you can see is the bugs around data, the bugs around data quality. That's exactly what this particular the course will tell. There are some very important aspect of it is there is a discuss about data, how accurate your data is. You can see here, there's a different type of algorithm. So if your data is not right, if you're teaching something in the large language model, but that need data, without data, you can't even think about AI. If you give a wrong data to AI, then obviously you will have a quality issues with your AI as well. So are you providing right quality? Are you using right algorithm? Are you using right version of large language model? If you are using large language model, you can see here I'm using 3.3. If 3.3 of large language model is having bugs, obviously your application will have bugs. So make sure that the version that you're using also is right one. So we need to test data, we need to test the outcome, we need to test the algorithm, and you can see here we need to test the machine learning algorithm. We need to test that various, we need to test performance, and we need to test the biasness of the application. Okay, example, you might have seen there is some chat GPT which gives wrong answers. If you ask anything about give me a greeting, then it is giving a greeting of a boy giving a girl. So that's a biasness. So it is assuming that you are a boy, which is a absolutely a big bug. And you might have seen some issues in UK, USA. What happened? Gemini, even Gemini, which comes like, from Google, it assumes and it actually eliminates few black people in the process. So that's it's giving a biasness, wrong answer to some kind of a black people. And that is absolutely a bug. You cannot have a biased answer. So then immediately it got a backslash. So that's the reason why even your charge, whatever the AI, which is should have a absolute good algorithm, and the algorithm should be properly tested. You should have a high quality data, and also the outcome of your AI, you need to test it properly. So that's the reason why the testing of AI is becoming very famous. Before they release any AI tools to the outside world, we have a lot of testing happening. Like for that, you need to know the basic testing techniques, guys. Okay. So you need to know what is writing test cases, test plan. If you already got testing experience, it's okay. But you need to know the basics of testing. And agile is a way of working. So if you join any IT company, there will be you will actually how to follow some software development life cycle, and that is called agile. Most of the companies are using agile, so you need to learn agile. And BDD process, yeah, I mean, there is some kind of the way that you write the test cases is now changed into BDD. So this is the basics of any company, how to follow some testing standards. And you need to know how to raise a bug and create some test case in BDD. This is the basic. If you don't know, you are not a tester. So this is the basics of testing you have to know. So API testing is like a interface for AI, and you need to know that. Otherwise, it's very difficult. So that's about manual testing, and API testing is an integral part of manual testing. We'll teach that, and there is a tool called Postman, which is like almost every company use that. We'll teach you about that. And there is some ISTQB certification, which I said, which is not a mandatory, but it will be nice. Okay, so that's about manual testing, guys. So coming to AI testing, guys, I think manual testing will teach, but that is everything that we do is based on the projects. Most of our students are very happily getting job because the projects that we give. Because if you go to internet and if you get, type chat GPT, whatever you're doing the testing, there is not the testing because you need to have a context. So we give the projects. So that is how we give nice projects, and we give manual testing skills. And coming to the second important topic, guys, AI testing itself. Okay. So what are the two important things in AI? First of all, you need to know the definition of AI, and you need to know different categories of AI, as I said, like computer vision, agentic, super agentic AI, and generative AI. So you need to know a bit of clarity of what is AI, and also the basics of AI is quality characteristics of an AI. Example, compliance, data. The same scenario, I can tell that if you are working with a financial domain, if you are getting a confidential information in your AI tool, then that's a very bad AI. So data privacy is also quality characteristic of AI. So there's some quality characteristics which are now, and we will teach you. But AI system also will have some quality, which including performance, security, and your interface. Again, example you can see here. My particular chat GPT is having a very nice interface, but my interface is not like that great because the UI of the of your AI should be good. So there's some characteristics that you need to learn. Coming to the core, guys, the core of everything. This is the most important topic from last 1 hour, guys. Very, very important. If you have to really show that you have a value of AI, AI is coming through nothing but it got a model behind it. And the models are multiple models, like right now, large language model, but that's also a machine learning model. So most of the companies, no, you will use LLMs, but they also use their own models. Okay, because machine learning model is your core of any business logic of any software. So this machine learning model developing is done internally in any company. Example, even the ChatGPT OpenAI, if you open that, there's some algorithm behind it. It is not a small algorithm, it's a complex algorithm. So you need to actually know whether the algorithm is also good or not. So testing the machine learning algorithm on your computer is very important, because in your, if working for a company, you may have one model or two models or 10 models, or you integrating with LLMs. So it's like it can be multiple mix of models, but testing each and every model separately is one of the important tasks of AI tester. So testing the machine learning model, how do you test a machine learning model? It's very simple. Install on your computer a Jupyter notebook and open the model that is developed by the developer, run top to down, and there is some test case. As Anna said, you don't need an interface. You can go and test the model individual. That's like a unit testing. Okay, and for that, you can run some configuration matrix, and you also can got uh, some kind of techniques which we will teach you, that will make you a model tester as well. Like you're testing a machine learning model on your local computer, and then that will give you two important aspects. Again, that model testing will make sure that you are having enough data quality, because you give a good data, bad data. Okay, because your data set will have multiple records. So if your model itself is having a wrong data, then the model itself will give a wrong result. So that is the place where you can test giving multiple sets of data and checking the model. So they are testing two things. First of all, you are testing the data is right, or you are testing the model is right. If the combination is good only, you will get a good model. If your combination is not good, example, you are giving a wrong data to right model, but still your model is bad. Or you are giving the right data with a bad model. Example, you are using maybe a regression model for some basic usage. Example, you are giving a regression model for a shopping cart algorithm. Then you are using a bad model. So you will get a, because you are using mathematical model for something common sense, then your model is wrong. So your model, call it model, selecting the model and selecting the data is the combination will give you a right model for you. Okay, and on top of that, you put LLM, then you are giving a better experience. But your core business is your machine learning model. That machine learning model, you don't need to develop it, but if you are able to install on your computer and able to run test it locally, will be the biggest skill of AI testing that nobody will have. Okay, so that machine learning model testing is this, which will take maybe 2 to 3 days, but with very good models that Anna and we have. So if you able to run a couple of models and say this is good, this is bad model, if you're able to have that proper eyes of differentiating between a good and bad, then you are a super tester. Okay. So Anna, can you share your screen and show a model if you have a Jupyter notebook?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That
yeah,
that would be. Do you have
yeah,
ready?
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have. Here already we have one of the healthcare system. Here already we have the model, and then we have the evaluation. See here. One second, and just to quickly go. You are able to see my screen, everyone. Yes.
Yes, Anna, but
Okay.
you are too fast.
Sorry. Yeah, just I'm directly quickly coming to that particular place exactly. So basically, as Sriram said, okay, see here the basic fundamental coming from the training the model. See here the model is able to train k nearest, okay, neighbor. So here we are training the model with the data, because basically, as he rightly said, the data is very important, because I can able to say only one thing. If I'm saying to my daughter saying that this is what the answer for this question, she understood that this is answer even though it is wrong. So here also the same thing is happening. Okay, so please, initially we need to try to clean the improper impure data and make the right data available for the training. Then here we are training the model. Okay, and then after once we are training this model, then we are having the lot of evaluation on the model. Even as Sriram already covered, these are all the metrics, like, okay, what is the confusion metrics, and what are all the evaluation. So then we have the requirement for this. Actually, we have this particular percentage of quality output it should need. Even as this is the model and predictions, we cannot say that 100% always it will give the right data, because see here, this is the right data. It is given right predictions, and even it can predict some of the things which is not expected. So we are exactly want to understand the model and how to test the model and how to evaluate. And even initially, we are implementing the couple of model. Not only, I cannot say that only one particular model. We are implementing two, three model, and finally you can able to decide, okay, this is the very best model given the right output and high accuracy. I'm implementing this model. That's what we have to go ahead. And then initially, you do not worry about maybe Sri Ram, Anna, you are talking about Python, you are talking about something, don't worry, because these are all everything inbuilt in our system. Just we are using it and we want to understand how to implement, how to use it. Even you are not going to write any program. Developer already written the program and we are just evaluating the model and the accuracy. And as per the requirement, everything are accurate or not. That's it. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it,
So,
guys. So this is not what we do write it, by the way. This model is developed by the developers. And what we
developer.
will do is we just run this on your local computer, and there is some kind of a, you can see here, we are getting some classification report and precision. So seeing this data is like a unit test cases where you can get the outcome of unit test cases. If you see that, okay, there is, as you can see here, there is some score. If the score accuracy score is 97%, and the developer will implement 2 to 3 models. And if you are saying that this particular model, you can see here the logistic regression right now is 97%,
Yeah.
and it got
And even
this one R2 scores an 80. So
the
compared to
10 years.
other models, if you are getting 97 accuracy, and you can see here, I think, sorry, yeah, even your K nearest is giving 98% accuracy. Okay, and you don't need to write any code, guys. This is like you just need to see which one is giving accurate result. And if you think, oh, this is nice, I'm getting 98% accuracy. So this is an additional code that you need to request your developer to write, put it in the code, because normally they'll develop a model and say this is the final one. But you have to say, don't use only one. Can you please give me 2 to 3 options? And can you put this, print this particular performance matrix to me? And he will keep it and he'll give it the code to you. And you run with multiple data sets. This is the trick. Even developer can do it, but why you have to do it? What you will do is you will put 2 to 3 different data sets, like one bad data, one good data, one average data, and you throwing a CSV files, which will teach you. You put 2 to 3 different data sets, and out of all these three also, if you're getting a similar answers, and out of that your example one model is giving accurate, then you say, okay, then the code is good. And then developer will tell, I'm going with this particular algorithm. So the algorithm, which algorithm is using, and if are we sure that developer is using the right algorithm, that we have to test it using some data sets and seeing the parameters. So you give one CSV file, you run the code. You can, there's a play button which is there at the top. You run the code and you will get some information, and you say which one is good. And based on that, you can go and tell to developers that, okay, you are using right, or if you are using wrong, then you have to say, sorry, for this data sets you are using wrong algorithm. Then you will say, very good, nice bug. Thank you very much. That extra pair of eyes and extra quality of model building also is what will teach you. This nobody can teach you, guys, because AI testing, people who all think that, okay, we use some AI tool, like, use some chat GPT to write some test cases. That is not AI testing. Testing is testing the model. It's that the world, we are the only person in the world will teach you testing algorithms. Okay. And this is our core. If you have done one project in this, then you will be like flying in the job market. Okay. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you.
Okay. So that is part of AI testing, guys. Machine learning model testing is like core of our training. This is why I said get me alerted. And like that, on top of that, we got AI, because on top of machine learning, we'll got AI projects, and we'll teach you some of the AI project as well. Okay. So in that, as I said, data, how to manipulate the data, how to query SQL queries, how to do some ETL testing. This is all part of how to handle the data. So part of AI will teach you not only the algorithm, some Python coding, and how to run some. For example, you need to give a data, right? You need to connect to a database. So if you do, and you need to select what data you are giving. If you don't know SQL queries, there's no point. So some basic SQL queries will teach you something around database testing. Okay. So that's it, guys. This is all about AI. And also to do that, also there is some AI tools for that. There is some tools to create your SQL queries. There are some tools to create test cases, AI tools to write test cases. Okay, which you can use, you cannot use it because up to you. You can write handwritten. Like I am very comfortable writing a test cases with my hand. But if you think, okay, can I use a tool to do some writing some SQL queries or writing some thing? You have some tools to do that. Okay, which is not required, but we'll teach you that also. Okay. So that's about AI, guys. So AI testing is this: understanding AI, understanding machine learning model, understanding SQL. That's it. You are right. You know how to test an AI. Not only from a functional or black box point of view, you are testing from a white box point of view. The white box in AI is nothing but that your model. So that is what you don't need to write one line of code, but you just get some model, run it on your computer, see the data and say, this is good, this is run the same model multiple times. That's the thing. You put data set one, data set two, data set three, and you run it. And if you see the outcome, based on the outcome, you can be able to decide what is good model, what is bad model. If the model is bad, go and talk to developer, stop, develop a better model. That's it. Okay. So that way you can increase the quality of a model. Okay. Any questions on this AI before I go to automation? Automation is a very small topic, which will take 5 minutes for me. But before we go into uh, automation testing, any questions on AI? Any topics?
Just a question I had was, so I see the reference for Python here a lot. So is it something that we commonly use for AI testing, or are there other languages? I mean, C Sharp, Java, or is it just Python mainly?
99% of the development happen anything related to AI and data, I mean AI is through Python.
Okay.
Okay, that's the reason why having some basic Python skills is very, very advantage. That's the reason why we thought we'll teach. Yes, Python is the most, yeah, C sharp and that, but mostly C sharp and Java, they're all used for server-based technologies. Yes, there is something called JavaScript to develop an UI on top of the AI, but the actual core AI, 99% of the world is using Python.
Okay.
Okay, don't ask me why. Why? It's because the whole, you can see here, almost the whole algorithms, which Anna showed the code and I am showing you some code, almost all these algorithms and your what you called your large language
Libraries.
models, your LangChain, everything is based on, you can see here, there's one line of code here, chart grow. So that the last very important topic, guys, automation testing. I know there are still some applications. Most of the applications are using web interfaces and they're using some kind of a regression testing suite. So what we also teach as a part of this particular training is, because you already learning Python and we'll teach you a basics of Python. You can see here. I mean, it's not for you to become a programmer. The reason why I will teach you Python is because if you go to an interview, you are perfectly fine. You know everything about AI, theoretically, practically, project wise, you're good at AI and you are very good at manual testing. You are very good at model. Everything is fine. But the only problem is they will see, do you have any coding skills? Because as an engineer, as a developer, uh, as a tester, you are part of a development team. They may ask you to do some kind of coding for some kind of a testing. It can be automation, it can be unit testing, or even as I said, if the developer is saying that uh, I can create some matrix for you, but I don't have time. Can you go and write one line of code, which Anna is showing? So that one line of code also, if you say, no, no, I don't know, I need to wait for developer, then he'll think, okay, this guy is like too non-technical. Let's hire one more guy. So having the basic Python skills will give an confidence. Example, in my company, I work for Sainsbury's, guys. Sainsbury's, Sainsbury. So in that also, At least if you don't know the basics of programming, and if you're saying that I'm just a non-programmer, I know everything, but I don't know coding, then you'll be like, oh, if I without coding skills, because they think in future you may be very much required. So that's the reason why we will teach you basics of Python, and nobody will judge you with your Python coding skills. They will judge you on your testing skills. But this is basics that we will know, which will hardly take 2 days for us to teach. And Python is the easiest language. So we'll teach you Python, which is very easy. We can use Visual Studio or PyCharm. Very easy, guys. But if you need to know a little bit of syntax. And coming to the automation testing, guys, we have to include this because nowadays the companies are not only looking for AI testers, but they may have some legacy application. So what companies are doing now, they're removing all the existing testing staff, and they are moving towards hiring AI testers and AI engineers because they want to develop based on AI. But while doing it, you are hiring AI engineers and AI testers, but the problem is, what about the legacy applications? Example, Barclays application, you're talking about mortgage application, but still they have some legacy applications. For legacy application to test, again, they can't keep two testers. One is AI tester and one is automation tester and one manual tester. So instead of that, they will see whether anybody have all the three skills. Now, if you go with this skill set, they say, okay, this particular person, example, if it is Anjana, they'll say, okay, Anjana have manual testing skills, automation testing skills, and AI testing skills. So I can use her any project and remove the old guy who is actually telling that I know automation testing, I'm a king of automation testing, I know manual testing, but AI, I know chat GPT. Then okay, remove that guy. He don't know what is AI. Then they will take Anjana because Anjana is know what is AI, but she also can support automation testing. So they think, okay, let's this. But if you don't have this automation skill set, you are like almost there, but they will think because still there are a lot of legacy applications which have some automation testing. Then they'll be like, shall I keep both or shall I take Anjana or what shall I do? I think the better I'll train that existing guy on AI testing and keep him because you don't have automation testing skills. But if you are saying that I have more AI testing skills, then they will put you and replace that guy because you can fit to any role what they have in now and future. Okay. So for that, we are trying to teach you automation testing, which is Selenium. I know Selenium is very old school. I don't want to teach this, but we have to teach this only to make sure that you are not having any hiccup at the last minute. Okay. And this is very simple. When you're talking about AI, now talking about automation testing is like I'm talking about 10 years further and 20 years back because I hate automation testing now because it's gone. Because the applications are already built using AI, we will teach you automation testing and Python coding. So that way we are saying that we are teaching you automation testing, AI testing, and manual testing. So three important parts of any person's level 1, level 2, level 3. So we are teaching every possible skill that a tester or skill that is required for future. We are making you a kind of a person who can be uh, future proof. If you have any friends or family or any international students or anyone looking for any job, especially in the AI field, which is future, please contact us and there'll be some referral bonus if you refer anyone so that you can get your fees reduced even further. So please refer your friends and family, and hopefully it will convert to the jobs that you already seen in internet. You will be there in working for big companies and you will be securing your future next 10, 15 years happily, a very good job and a very, very good life. All the best.